Iran, smuggling in plain sight. Iran's rundown commercial airline fleet currently has half its planes grounded for the lack of spare parts, and it's all down to US sanctions. The Trump administration's blacklist of banks, people and companies who have worked with Iran continues to grow, resulting in the 23 Iranian airline companies sourcing their spare parts on the black market of companies still prepared to risk the wrath of the US administration. Last July, the US Treasury stated Iran's commercial airlines played an integral role in Tehran's quote-unquote efforts to foment regional violence through terrorism, its weapons programs, and other destabilizing activity, transporting both military personnel and weapons to various countries. Cedric Leighton, former US Air Force colonel and intelligence officer, said of Mahan Air, "It's pretty clear from the airline's flight routes and activities that they support IRGC QF operations." Mahan Air has 55 US and European-built jets and transports and annually carries approximately 5 million passengers. Mahan Air, blacklisted since 2011, has been accused of providing financial, material and technological facilities to the IRGC, Quds forces and the US-designated terrorist organisation Hezbollah. Leighton added, "It's highly likely that the airline's private ownership is just a front for IRGC QF activity." US sanctions linked to Mahan Air have extended to include sales agents and companies that supply aircraft spare parts, and the US government pressure on France, Germany and Italy has denied Mahan Air landing permission. Iranian Supreme Leader Ayatollah Ali Khamenei claims US sanctions force Iran to operate a resistance economy, increasing domestic production where possible, or alternatively sourcing equipment via friendly networks willing to flout US sanctions. Mahan Air have acquired spare parts companies based in Europe, South Caucasus, Gulf states, Southeast Asia and Malaysia, according to Emmanuel Ottolenghi, a specialist in Iranian sanctions evasion at the Foundation for the Defense of Democracies, a Washington-based think tank. Indonesia was recently added to the list. A grand jury indictment filed in the US federal court claims Jakarta-based aerospace executive Sunarko Kuntjoro supplied $3 million worth of aircraft spares, including flight computers and collision avoidance system processors, to Mahan Air. He apparently routed them, via front companies, through Singapore, Thailand and Hong Kong, claiming they were destined for Indonesian air carriers and suppliers. Cedric Leighton said, "Many of the items listed in the indictment are very basic to the aviation business. You can't fly a modern airplane without them." Leighton's view is that people do this primarily for the money and don't consider the risks of being caught, though some have an ideological or religious predisposition to a particular government or country, but more often it's financial desperation. As one Iranian airline official said, "It's simple. If it costs $10,000, I have to pay $70,000. Everyone takes their cut. It's a dirty business."